What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the InnerCityGeeks podcast. It's Steve here. This is episode 265. And joining me today is Brian.
What's up, guys?
Yes. How you doing, sir?
I'm sore as fuck.
Yes, you're sore as fuck. That's good. It's good to be sore sometimes, because
Yeah.
especially after having a fun week,
Oh
it's
my
good to be
god.
sore.
Worth
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Worth
Oh,
it.
it's definitely worth it.
I'd do it all again.
Oh yeah, for sure,
In a
for sure,
in a heartbeat.
for fucking sure. If I was in your shoes, I would definitely do it too. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
It's fun.
Hell yeah. So what you um before we get into the stuff that we are going to get into, which we're gonna get into this is gonna be a very wrestle centric episode of the show. So before we get into the wrestle centric stuff, what's going on, Brian? What you been up to?
Uh Not a whole bunch. Just been watching a lot of TVs.
Okay.
Um as of earlier today, I'm 3 episodes in of that new series, Midnight Mass.
Ah, okay, okay.
From
How is that?
It's actually really fucking good.
Okay,
Um
okay.
it's it's from the creator of Haunting of Hill House and also Bly Manor.
Nice.
Mike Flanagan. So this
Okay,
is a different style of horror.
okay.
Because with with the two hauntings, right? It was a lot of like. Did you watch either of those?
Yeah, I watched both of them
All right.
multiple times.
So you know how there was always like a jump scare and then
Yeah,
like a what the fuck moment and then another jump scare,
right.
and then like spot the ghosts
Uh-huh.
in the hallway at all, like
Uh-huh.
because there was always ghosts in the hallway.
Right, of course. All right.
I mean, for Bly Manor, you see the plague doctor the first like 10 minutes in.
Yeah, which was awesome.
Yeah, and you have to like really pay attention, like because with your like TV setting even, and you just go like, oh,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
or like in Hill
It's
House,
just spot something. It's like where's
yeah,
Waldo and shit.
yeah, like with Hill House, the kid like in between the banister.
Uh-huh.
Um, but Midnight Mass is the story of a, a resident of this island, like a small town island,
Okay.
returning after 4 years because he was drunk and he killed a woman with his
Ooh,
car.
okay.
So he
Nice.
did his time and he's back, and now like weird shit's going on,
Okay.
and it's one of those like, since it's like really really a small town, everybody's into each other's business,
Okay.
and like it has it has something to do with like this really. I mean, obviously it's a mass, so like it's this preacher who like comes to town, and next thing you know, like a bunch of shit, weird fucking shit, just starts happening.
Okay.
Like people are getting miraculously healed, and
Interesting.
also other crazier shit, which I'm not gonna spoil because the show just came out as
Okay.
of this
Okay.
Friday as we're recording.
Okay.
But it's 7 episodes. I'm probably gonna kill it later.
Of course.
Uh,
It's only right. It's only right
yeah,
to kill it like in the first day. It's only
especially
right.
because, you know, semi spoiler alert. Well, not really spoiler, but I guess. But I don't have to watch Rampage tonight because I saw it already.
Right. Yeah, of course, of course. Of course.
But
It's okay. It's okay.
but yeah, so I get to like watch other things for one night.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, and most likely Meg's already out because like she was falling asleep putting the kids down. So,
She usually falls asleep around this time anyway.
but she's also
Not that I'm like fucking measuring her times and shit, but it just happens
well.
to
I
be
mean,
that every time.
in all fairness, like she's up earlier.
Right. Yeah.
Like our
And
schedule's now.
usually when we do record, she's usually like passed out with the kids.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
um,
Fuck yeah, dude.
but I recommend Midnight Mass.
Okay.
I
Okay.
I'm liking it better than Bly Manor.
Really?
Yeah, because Bly Manor was
That's
great.
interesting. Yeah.
Bly Manor was great, right?
They were awesome.
it was slower than Hill House because Hill House
Yes.
was like a big moment
Yeah. Yeah.
or a
It was.
bunch
It
of
was. It was a huge what the fuck moment all
yeah.
the time.
Like I mean, like now that we're leading into Halloween, I'm gonna rewatch those, of course.
Of course, it's only right.
Yeah, like I did that last year with Hill House, and then I watched, or no, I watched Bly when it premiered, and then I watched Hill House right after because it was like right around the time.
Yeah.
Because I moved into here in October.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Um, so yeah, definitely recommend Midnight Mass.
Nice.
Um, I'm watching a. I'm caught up on Heels.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um, I'm caught up on Titans.
Okay. I still have to catch up on that because like I've watched a bunch of it and then like I keep getting caught up with I keep getting like other shit popping in. I'm like, oh, I want to watch that. Oh, I want to watch that, and I
Uh,
just lose track of things.
so spoiler free about the latest episode of Titans. More about um, it's more about where they took Donna Troy.
Oh,
Like
okay. Okay.
you know in Wonder Woman's homeland.
Yeah. The
Um,
mascara.
yeah, thank you. So the girl with the diamond in her head that like her dad implanted.
Raven.
Oh, yeah, her. Uh, well, she was like a useless fucking character. My least favorite in this
Was she
season
though?
two.
Was she? I don't think she's necessarily a useless character
Uh,
because her character, especially in the first season, her character is a very pivotal
in
character
season
for
one,
the
yeah. In
entire
season
season.
two, it's
Yes.
kind of like she's there.
Yeah, she's
Um,
there. Yeah. Kind of like how for the beginning, at least the first few episodes of Titans, you don't see her at all.
right. Um, so what you call it? Um, there we go. I just did the what if Thor.
Uh
Here.
huh. Uh huh. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, so um, yeah, I'm caught up on what if too.
Okay.
Uh, but Titans. So like I said, spoiler free thing about it. It focuses on Donna Troy
Okay.
and like and like her death and like a bunch of shit. But
Okay. Okay.
and it was a good closure for a certain character as well, which
Okay. Okay.
I'm not gonna get into because I don't want to
That's
ruin
fair. That's fair. I gotta check it out. I gotta watch that.
it. There was no like Gar and like Superboy and then this was not focused on that. It was simply focused on the
Right.
other
Okay.
half of the team, which I
Okay.
like. I like that for the actors too. Like they get time to take a break.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
There's also,
It gives not only just it gives the characters, the actors their individual episodes, but it also it helps the viewer to just get to know the other characters. This is they're there as well, so that way you're not like fully invested on the entire team. You
right,
get to see
exactly,
exactly what other characters are doing and what they're all about.
exactly, and it's such a well written show that they they merge it all together for the end.
Of course,
You know,
and then they
um,
only have like what, like 1 or 2 episodes left for the season.
I think they have like three. I think it's like 10 episodes.
Nice, yeah, that sounds about right.
Um, but yeah, really, really good. Season three has been really good.
Yeah.
But aside from that, yeah, like I said, I watched What If. So What If Thor was an only child.
Okay. Yeah.
That was good. It was funny. They brought back a lot
See,
of. But see, only I still the weakest. Hate me for it. I'll be the heel. The weakest episode is the fucking zombies.
that's fair. That's fair. To me, this was the weakest episode of all of them,
See,
of the entire series. To me,
okay, the strongest for me still is Strange.
yeah, it's a great episode.
I
See,
mean,
but this one here, to me, of course, like it doesn't do anything for me. Like I like Thor, I like the character, I like the whole Norse mythology and all this stuff.
yeah,
But seeing him the way that he is, the fact that he's like technically, if you go by the title, like he's an only child, he's spoiled as fuck, and he's literally like a high school kid that does whatever the fuck he wants, and his parents give him whatever the fuck he wants, and it's just like,
yeah.
I don't.
this
Don't
episode
really
was
care.
good. This episode was good, but truthfully, last week was better.
Yes.
Because like
Yes.
no matter what, you knew what the twist was gonna be. Because
Yeah.
he's Killmonger.
Yeah.
It's in his
He's an
fucking
asshole.
name.
Period. Yes. Yes. He's a dick.
Yeah.
No matter how you look at it, he's a fucking dick.
Exactly.
He can be a good guy, but
But
in all actuality, he has ulterior motives. Period.
yes.
Which is what I loved about that episode.
Yeah. Aside from TV, I did a lot of yard work last week.
Nice.
That was fun.
Nice.
Not
Hell
really
yeah.
fun.
Gotta trim the hedges.
Yeah. Well, what happened is that like the way the yard is, the front yard, the neighbors' backyards, they're vines of like those weird fucking wild berries.
The wandering Jews.
Yeah, like they grow over into mine, and I've been getting like a lot of those spotted lantern things. Those I've been getting a shit ton of mosquitoes. Like I'm finally like not itchy, but I was bit to shit last week.
Nice.
Like a lot of like bees and hornets, and I was like, all right, this gotta go. And I just I ran all over town looking for a fucking pair of clippers, like the small garden clippers, and
Okay.
12 stores, nobody had them. They're like, oh, well, like Costco was like, you gotta get them at the end of winter, we'll have them. I'm like,
Why don't you have them?
right, like I need them now.
Right, yeah. Why do I have to wait till the end of fucking no? Why?
Yeah, there was so many fucking vines and like shrubbery that like, it was like 4 big, heavy duty bags that went out in the garbage of just that.
Nice.
Nuts. But
Fucking having a house.
so like, I said to my mom, you know, because her place, I'm like, yeah, this is the last time I've ever. It's a one and done. So
Call these people to take care of your shit.
I was also joking, saying that it was a post-pandemic haircut.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah.
Because like, yeah.
It's fair. It's only worthy of it, you know.
Yeah, I mean now, like if I keep it, like because it's like so little now, like now I could like every
every couple weeks.
Yeah, just like trim it really quick and it's fine. But then before you know it, it's like, I mean, I'm probably not going to be barbecuing much more.
Right. Yeah, because it's getting cooler up there right now.
Yeah. So like right now, for those of you that love when I check my phone, it's 65 right now.
Nice.
So yeah, although I wanted to wear something up in this office, but I have the air on because I sit right. So this is the boiler behind me, behind this door. Okay, so
Got nothing but heat behind you.
nothing but heat behind me, which sucks because I really wanted to show you something I purchased on Wednesday.
Ooh. Oh, nice. Dude, I went on the website. They don't have it on the website anymore.
Oh,
Yes, I'm very pissed. Very pissed.
I was wondering if they sold it.
And for those that aren't watching, if you're listening, just listening, he brought up the AEW Statue of Liberty sweater or hoodie.
That was available at Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Yes.
And not bad. It was like 60. But
Yeah, that's the pretty much the same price that they have it online for.
Yeah, and that's like
Or they had it
price.
online for. Yeah.
That's average price for a hoodie from like an event.
Yeah. It's regular merch price.
Yeah, even on like if say you were to buy like a sweatshirt on shop.com for WWE, right? It's about the same price.
Yeah.
But then the other thing I bought was the All Elite. Let me stand up off the sun chair. The All Elite baby
Adam
shirt.
Cole. Adam Cole. Hell yeah.
I was like, so what I'm happy about is that my CM Punk shirt showed up like 2 weeks ago.
Right in time.
Right in time.
Hell yeah.
And so the amount of CM Punk shirts at the arena.
Yeah. Insane.
It was fucking nuts.
Yeah.
But we'll get more into that later.
Yes, we'll get more to that later.
Yeah, I don't think I've gotten anything else done. I've been I've been recording. Well, I got part of a video done. I got some more to do. I just been like, I'm trying to get back into it,
Mhm.
but like it's also, even though I'm just doing it for fun now, it's also like I'm trying to get back into it, but then I also like have other things to do. Like I haven't even written an article in a while.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, like the Cobra Kai article was the last thing I wrote.
Yeah.
And like I want to write, but it's also like I'm also like, okay, I'm gonna pick and choose. I'm not gonna because at first I was like, oh, let me grab, you know.
Yeah.
But looking at it now, it's like okay, it's like a dozen of us, so like I'll
Yeah,
pick
they
one
have
thing.
enough. They have enough
Yeah, it's not
information.
like
There are enough
nothing
people
is
writing shit.
right. It's not like nothing's going up,
Right.
but like it's like all right, I need to take a breather, but I'll get
Yeah.
back to it, and I
Yeah. You
will.
need to. You need time. You need time for your regular stuff,
Yeah,
for your home stuff.
because in the process of like here's everything that's going on right now. I'm job hunting. I'm apartment hunting. Uh, for those who you don't know, this was a temporary spot for now, but
Yeah.
uh, we want to live
It's
elsewhere.
always been a temporary spot
Yeah,
from when you got there. You were pretty much saying like, yeah, this is just a spot for now until we figure out where we're gonna go afterwards.
exactly. So like, this was like, okay, we made it a year. We want to move forward.
Yeah,
Um,
it's only right.
yeah, and so I got that, but then I also like watched the kids during the day, and they were getting super active, and it's really hard to like go type something and then be like,
Mm-hmm.
oh wait, because like if you got the creativity flow, it's hard to like pause your brain and remember where you or what you were gonna type, and then you have to
Absolutely.
like change a dirty diaper, feed them
Mhm.
lunch, or read them a book, or
Yeah,
in my case,
you can't do that on daddy duty.
no, it's rough. So I will be writing again. I'm
Of
not saying
course.
I'm stopping.
Yeah.
Um, and then like also like videos will come. I was all set to record last Friday before we started the show or after we did the show
Yeah. Yeah,
or
because you said you were gonna
yeah,
record exactly after.
yeah, and then like it turned out my battery was dead. And I'm like, oh,
Nice.
but then like I didn't want to wait an hour for it to charge because I'm like, well,
Of
I'm
course.
hungry. I want to watch TV and just veg. So I'll probably start it up again tomorrow.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. And,
Uh,
and like, also like there is no real deadline for these. So
right. Like my videos are my content. I put them up when I put them up.
yeah,
I mean, hell, you guys waited 11 months.
exactly.
you could
Exactly.
you could wait another like
Another
2
week or
weeks.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, dude.
Nothing.
You always gotta make sure you handle your thing first before you do
Exactly.
anything else.
Um. Yeah, like I've been stretched so thin that I haven't even touched my PS4.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. But yeah, I really got nothing else.
Nice.
What's going on with
Nice.
you?
What's going on with me? Well, this week, of course, like I mentioned last week, my parents were in town still, and I actually took them back to the airport on Monday, which is when the episode came out. And I fucking love my parents, dude. Like, and it was like nothing but fucking waterworks as when I dropped them off at the airport.
I bet.
Like literally nothing but fucking waterworks, dude. It was
Fr-
insane.
from you or them?
Well, they started it. They started it. Okay.
Uh huh. Uh
It's
huh.
their fault. It's their fault. But it's okay. It's okay. It wasn't a bad thing. Like uh, technically, I haven't seen them in what 3 years since you've been married and shit.
My
So
wedding weekend. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I haven't seen them since then. So like I get it. And then they were here for like 2 weeks. So they got to see me every day for those 2 weeks,
Right.
and it was sad to see them go.
I bet.
Yeah, but it was good. I got to spend time with them. They got to spend time with the kids, and it was fun. It was a fun couple weeks.
Good.
I'm glad they came down. I'm glad it surprised me. It was good. It was a good surprise. Like I said, I don't ever expect anybody to just show up. because I don't ever want anybody to just fucking show up.
Uh,
But it was something that was technically needed because I needed them. I needed family to
yeah.
be around because I haven't, like I said, I haven't been around them in years. Um, but it was good. It was good. It was good to have them here.
But this is actually a backdrop behind me, so I'm actually right outside. Surprise!
Yeah, they just knock on the door. Yeah,
All
yeah,
of a sudden,
but
you hear,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
uh,
Was this pre-recorded? How'd you know what I was gonna say?
I learned from experience by
Yeah,
that fucking reunion show we tried doing a couple of years ago.
yeah, exactly,
When
exactly.
you had like internet that was like tin cans and a string wire.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty fucking much. Yeah, but it was good. It was good. It was cool. It was cool to spend time with them and basically enjoy it all. It kind of took me back to like when I was younger and shit, and actually living with them because like it's even though I'm older now, it still feels like yeah, they still treat me like I'm a fucking child. Because of course I am still their child.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how you look at it, no matter how old you are, your parents are still gonna treat you like you're their fucking kid.
Of course.
Yeah, but it was cool. It was good. Um, then I watched a lot of shit. I watched a good amount of shit actually. Um, One of the first things that I watched that I fucking absolutely fucking loved um, was the Mortuary Collection on Shutter. So fucking good. Stars Clancy Brown, uh, Lex Luthor, and he's been
He's
in a
just in
bunch of other
everything.
shit. Yeah,
He's in
he's in.
He's in everything.
Yeah, and he's literally like a fucking like a mortuary dude. He works in a mortuary, in a fucking funeral home and shit. And it's a horror story. It's a horror anthology, and it's twisted as fuck because there's a lot of shit that fucks up in that fucking thing, and there's a lot of fucked up ways that people die. Um, and of course, it's very graphic. Um, uh, they kind of show a dude giving birth. What would happen if a dude gave birth?
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Exactly what you think. What you're thinking is what happens.
Nope.
Um,
Nope.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's it's harsh, dude.
Nope. I'm not
Yeah.
watching that.
Because first you're like, no, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that. Because that's just one little chunk of the movie. In which there's this like one of the little snippets or whatever is basically the kids the it has to do with like college kids or whatever. So that there's some of them at like a frat party or whatever, and they're kind of giving out condoms and stuff. So that way like oh yeah their thought process. 'Cause of course they're young and dumb. They're like oh yeah if we give them condoms that means they're down to fuck. So we don't necessarily have to use them because they're down for it. Dumb kid brain. And this one kid that's giving him out, he basically gives it to one girl, whatever. And they wind up, they wind up like going and having sex or whatever. And she gives him, like, he's like, "Yo, did you put it on?" He's like, "Yeah, I put it on. I put it on. I made sure." And then that basically pretty much fucks him over, and she pretty much winds up, impregnating him.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
And this all happens within like 24 hours. So he gets pregnant. He wakes up in the morning, and basically he fucking his belly starts to grow and grow and grow. He goes to the doctor. The doctor's like, "What how is this possible? Like you can't. You're a dude. Like dude, this doesn't have dudes." And yeah, it happened. And then he's like full term by like the end of the day. And they're like, "Oh my god, I'm about to give birth and shit." And you see, like, he takes up his shirt, and you see, like, the baby moving in the stomach and shit. Fucking nuts, dude. fucking nuts. And then they're like, "Oh yeah, I guess it's time to take it out." And they like full chunk, full chunk. It just goes, what? Yeah, yeah,
Nope.
fucking nuts, fucking nuts. But besides that part, it's pretty dope. It's pretty good shit. It's good shit. There's a few good stories. Well, they are all good stories. Not as twisted as that one, but it's definitely worth a watch. Definitely worth a watch. So if you got Shutter, or if you find ways of procuring it, check out the Mortuaries collection. It's good shit. Uh, then another thing that I watched, something that I've kind of been watching for the last few weeks, and I'm fucking absolutely in love with it with the show is Reservation Dogs.
Right.
Um, it's on Hulu, and it's a FX show. It's actually really fucking good. Follows a bunch of kids on a reservation in, I think it's Utah or something, and it follows their whole youth trying to get out, but do they really want to get out? You don't know. But it's really good. It's really well written. Um, very 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 entertaining. Really funny. Um, and I love the fucking show, and I'm glad they got picked up for a second season.
Yeah.
And
I'll
Bill
check it
Burr
out.
is one of the episodes. Pretty
Bill
funny.
Burr's and everything.
Yeah, he's everywhere. Yeah. It's a really show, so definitely suggest for anybody to watch fucking Reservation Dogs. It's really fucking good. Um, Another thing that I watched, well, a couple things that I watched, both um wrestle centric, not necessarily what we're going to be talking about in the episode, but the two things that I watched that was really fucking good. The continuation of season 3 of Dark Side of the Ring. First one being the plane ride from hell.
How fucking crazy was that?
Dude, it is fucking nuts, dude.
Like,
For those that don't know, the plane ride from hell is when the WWE, or back then, well, it was WWF still back then.
it was WWF.
Yeah,
They were just. It was like the weekend before they were doing the Get the F Out campaign.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Basically, it was the week that they would do. It was the weekend of Insurrection in London,
Mm-hmm.
which was a dope fucking pay per view from what I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah. Back then, yes, it was.
Yeah. And then they were on the plane. So it was like this specially designed plane where it only had like 50 seats and
Mm-hmm.
like it had like tables and like
It's an exclusive charter plane, pretty
yeah,
much.
it was like a special limousine style plane
Yeah, yeah,
for like which cost like a lot of money for all these like athletes to like just
yeah.
you know.
It's a private jet, basically.
And they were supposed to land. So the flight from London to Connecticut is about 7 hours.
Right.
Um, they were on the runway or on the tarmac ready, and they got the call from Connecticut saying you can't land here yet. The weather's not good.
Mm-hmm.
So you figure okay, we've anybody who flies, it's happened with me. I'm sure it's
Yeah,
happened with you. Like
it happens. It happens all the time.
there's like okay, a little bit of delay, or if they fly, there's of course you're flying through clouds. It's gonna be rain,
Right.
but the weather was so bad that they're like, nope, you can't fly yet, and so basically they were stuck on the tarmac for 7 hours.
Yep. 7 hours before the 7 hour that they have to
Before
fly
yes,
back.
before the 7 hour flight. So this is like, or it might even been 7.5. So around to like 15 hours
Whatever.
total.
A long fucking time.
Long fucking time.
Yeah.
One of the flight attendants was a new mom.
Mm-hmm.
Her kid was only like a month old, and it was her
Mm-hmm.
first day back from work,
Yep.
to work, and a bunch of crazy shit happens.
Yeah.
So it was open bar on these flights.
Mm-hmm.
So they went through 3 liquor carts
Yep. When they usually barely go through one on a regular
Yeah.
flight.
So they went through 3 of those before they even took off. And they were giving each other H bombs, which is when you put GHB into into the drink, and it's like roofing, so you
Yeah,
pass
they were
out
roofing each other the entire flight too.
as as pranks.
Yeah.
Like, oh, get up and go to the bathroom. Oh, next thing you know, you're passed out for like,
Whoops. Yeah.
yeah, oops, I
And then
dropped it.
they were like fucking with each other's hair and fucking doing a bunch of shit that they shouldn't. Particularly people don't really well people fuck with each other. Granted, like they were literally like a bunch of frat boys on a fucking plane.
Basically,
Yeah.
um, I mean, of all the things that happened on the flight, the only thing that was the least offensive, comical because Michael Hayes and his mullet, was
Yeah.
Sean Waltman chopping off his ponytail.
Mm-hmm.
And then they pinned it to the. And then Monday they put it in a plastic bag and pinned it to the locker room door.
Yeah.
That was comical.
Of course. It's
Everything else
hilarious.
that went on with that flight,
Was
nobody
not
can any
no
of us condone what the fuck happened.
no, definitely
They all
not.
got what was coming for them.
Oh yeah.
And so, what was it? You had Ric Flair.
Who
Ric
was the
Flair.
technically the biggest part of the entire documentary for the most part?
Yeah.
Because like there was a lot of shit that went down, but like that was the biggest part that technically tons of people were really upset about. Not just the people that were part of it, people that were there, but people all over the world, obviously, because this came out on Vice the other like last week, and everybody was like, "Yo, like what the fuck?" Everybody was like, "Oh, this dude is like." People see him as like the greatest of all time,
Yeah.
and then you to think about that, and then hear the stories of what happened then. Everybody's like, "What the fuck kind of dude is he really?"
Right.
Yeah, because from what the documentary is saying is pretty much that he exposed himself and technically he forced himself uh
Onto this onto this
onto
flight
the
attendant.
stewardess. Yeah, the stewardess. They don't call them stewardesses anymore, Steve.
They
The
don't. They're
fuck.
flight attendants. Um.
Yeah, they attend to flights, dude. They don't steward anybody.
So yeah, they
Yeah,
So yeah, naked in a robe or his cape, whatever it was, saying,
yeah,
Just touch me." And then
yeah,
the poor woman was so traumatized by that after trying to get herself back into like, just okay, I need to just do my job. Scott Hall was sitting on the flight, and he woke up from his nap, and he was like, "I want to lick you," and he started licking her face,
yeah, yeah.
and then and then he passed out again.
Yeah, because he was of
Um,
course
he was
he was intoxicated, but not with drugs, but not with
yeah.
drinks.
Between and he was also GHB'd.
Yeah,
Um, which so I remember back. Oh yeah. Well, before I get into that part, but then you also had Brock Lesnar and Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, who were
hmm,
friends. Like they when Perfect died, like Brock broke,
yeah,
because they were both from Minnesota.
hmm,
And so what happened is that Hennig was a prankster, and so he put shaving cream on Brock's head, and he tickled him and made Brock smack his own head or whatever and get shaving cream everywhere. And instead of just like punching or like laughing it off, they were also fighting.
they started fighting. Yeah, yeah,
They started fighting and having this massive wrestling match on this plane
hmm,
that they pushed each other into into the emergency exit. At this
yeah.
point, they were already ten
They
thousand
were
feet in
already in
the
the air.
air.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
they were over the Atlantic, and so
They
like
could
I
have all
remember,
died.
yeah, um, I remember when I remember reading on there on the what you call it, reading on one of the dirt sheet websites or whatever, or it might even be
Mm-hmm.
WWE.com, was when saying that they had come to terms with Scott Hall and Kurt Hennig, and I forget if Brock got suspended, but he definitely wasn't gone,
Right.
and nothing about Ric Flair.
Mm-hmm.
And see, I didn't know about the plane ride from hell when these
Yep.
people got what was now you see what was rightfully what should have came to them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but JR said it best on the show. He's like, nothing happened to Rick because he's basically a made man.
Yep. Yeah. Which is sad to think about that like
It
that.
fucking is.
Yeah.
Although, uh, cars.com, they pulled like the ads with him.
Yeah. It was one of the insurance companies that he was doing the ads for. Yeah, he did like I think it was like 6 or 7 commercials for them, and I would randomly see them like on Hulu and stuff like that. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, they pulled all the commercials, and pretty much a lot of the places that WWE they took out his woo in the intro for Raw or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and it looks like he's not going to be doing anything in wrestling anytime soon.
Right. Especially because a couple of weeks back with AEW, when Andrade fired Chavo Guerrero,
Yeah.
no,
It looked like that was
Andrade,
going to be the perfect opportunity for
right,
them, for
exactly,
AEW to bring in him as his.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, I'm sure people know if you're, for those that are listening, but like Andrade is engaged to Charlotte Flair,
Yep.
like in real life engaged to Charlotte Flair,
Yeah.
and and therefore it would have been ideal to have Rick come in, be his manager,
Hmm.
and then eventually when her contract runs out,
Yep. She
join
would just
AEW.
jump over, right? Yeah.
Now the thing is, Tony Khan doesn't go that way. Like Tony Khan is a wrestling fan, but he's also a businessman,
Yep.
and he wants only what's great. Like think about everything that AEW has right now.
Hmm.
Why you why are you gonna put in this guy and fuck it all up?
Yep. Yep.
You know, um, and so now it makes me wonder if because of Rick, will Charlotte ever go to AEW?
I don't see why not.
Because I mean, it's not she didn't do it,
Exactly. It's not her fault.
right? It's I mean true because like they're not gonna just like fuck over Andrade because his father-in-law is a dick,
Right. Exactly.
you know. So I wonder if they're gonna do something when Chavo gets back because
Right.
he's doing Young Rock.
Right.
So
It's gonna be interesting how it all plays out.
yeah, like aside from all that, and I felt so bad, for the flight attendant.
Oh yeah.
But then like, fucking Tommy Dreamer, man.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Like,
the reason why they call him the Nature Boy. It's like, so you're basically saying that you're condoning this. And
yeah, it's okay to do that. No, it's
yeah,
not, dude.
no, it's not. Rob Van Dam, uh, I forgot exactly how he phrased it, but he was like, yeah, that shit ain't right.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
he said it too. Yeah, he was like, yeah, I didn't see it. Like I knew he was doing stuff that he was not supposed to be doing, and that's not
mm-hmm.
cool.
But yeah, so then you also had, yeah, right. It was Jr. was the one that was doing all like the
Yeah, he was doing the talent relations basically is what
right
his main
because
role in WWE was then back then.
Vince didn't want to get up out of his seat.
Yep.
Well, we're now saying that Vince wasn't on the plane. I call bullshit.
Yeah. No, Jr. said it. He was like, yeah, he was on the plane. He was in first
Yeah,
class. He was the first one with Linda the entire time.
yeah. But there was a story that came out like a couple of days ago. That was like the reason why Vince didn't do anything is because he wasn't on the flight. It's like, no,
Bullshit.
bull fucking shit.
Yeah.
It's your company. You're on that flight.
Yeah.
Because
It's your company overseas.
yeah, because you're doing some business, trying
Yeah.
to do like your scouting and shit.
Yeah,
And
you're
do big money
expanding your
deals.
brand all
Yeah.
over, but you got to be there. Come on, dude, shut the fuck up. He was there. We all know that.
Yeah. So the fact that JR, granted, yeah, it was JR's job to handle all this, but at some point, McMahon should have come out and been like, "Yo, you're all fucking fired."
Yeah,
You know.
yeah,
Um. Like, if that was my wife, I would have, been like, a settlement's one thing, but like, holy shit.
yeah, yeah. And I think that's one thing that Dreamer said also is that yeah, like if you really wanted to go through with it, why would you go for a settlement?
Right. But somebody tweeted saying that the reason why they took the settlement is because imagine being this woman going up against this major company and all their lawyers.
Yeah,
Or
they would have
something
yeah.
it wouldn't have happened. But yeah, the plane ride from hell.
It was a crazy fucking story, dude.
It's fucking crazy. Like
Yeah,
when fucking Just Incredible was like, uh, we all thought Scott Hall was dead.
yeah.
Like
They pretty much threw him in a wheelchair.
they weakened that Bernie's Tim through customs.
Yeah, yeah. Through customs here
Yeah,
in the U.S.
in the U.S.
Yeah.
But seriously, 3 fucking liquor carts on the 7 hours that you're on the tarmac.
Uh-huh.
I can't imagine what they went through. Whatever was like reserved on the flight.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It's fucking nuts, dude.
Fucking insane.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy the amount of shit that like I get it, they're big dudes. So usually it takes us a bit to fucking get drunk off of.
Yeah.
But 3
Although they're not
liquor
all Andre
carts.
the Giant.
Right, but they're still big dudes anyway. Like they're
big
big. They
dudes.
also have like fucking like not necessarily big dudes, but they have huge appetites, so they fucking eat all the time. They have a lot of shit going through their body at the time. And I'm
Right.
pretty sure they fucking drink all the time. Most of them are fucking alcoholics and shit. Like that's their job, pretty much. Like all they do is they work out all day, and then they fucking wrestle all night, and then after that they do whatever the fuck they want because it's a late night gig, pretty much.
Yeah.
The only thing open at that time is fucking bars.
Basically. But yeah, that was a fucking crazy ass episode. And,
Yeah.
Like, WWE did their story time version of it, and they did what
They
they do
pulled
best
it.
is they cover up everything.
Yeah.
And it was like
Yeah.
a 10-minute animated cartoon. Like, oh hey, and everybody laughed.
Yeah.
That's not what really happened.
Yeah, no, that's not what happened. No, it's not cool. Yeah, they got rid of the episode.
Did they really?
They got rid of it after all this shit came out. Like, yeah, we're gonna get rid of this shit because we didn't know anything about all that other shit.
Right, because this isn't exactly a PG moment.
No, it's not. It's not a fun, happy-go-lucky time.
No, it's this woman almost got rapey time.
Yeah, lots of rapey time.
Yeah, and I'm still like,
yeah,
it's just fucking insane.
Yeah, the only like decent moment about the entire thing, it was very sad actually. That whole entire documentary was the whole fucking Goldust Terry Reynolds thing.
Yeah, I forgot.
That was sad because it was like literally like right after.
Right, they were just divorced. Not that long ago.
Yeah.
And he too was like a major alcoholic.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily he's been sober for a long time, but yeah, like he's singing to her through like the mic.
Yeah.
Trying to like serenade his wife back, and it was cute and depressing and sad and
super sad, dude.
And you felt for both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, they would. So they kept telling her like, "Yo, don't sell it, don't sell it."
Yeah.
Which is what people in wrestling know. They're like, "Oh yeah, if you sell it, that means you're trying to feed into it." Like no,
Hmm.
they're like, "Yo, just shut the fuck up and just don't pay attention to it."
Right.
Yeah,
Um.
yeah, super sad, dude. That was like the saddest story of the entire thing, and I like the fact that it basically showed him as like he's a dude that was actually in love at a moment at the time.
Yeah. Um. I met him at Toy Fair last year.
Nice,
Because he was doing the AEW
of course.
signings, and I mean, I didn't bring up the character of Goldust at all. It's
No need to.
yeah, like I
Granted,
literally
he is like the first one that a lot of us knew him as. I knew
right,
him first as Goldust. I didn't.
yeah,
Honestly, at that point, I didn't even know he was fucking related to fucking to
the Rey
fucking
Mysterio, yeah,
yeah. I didn't know that then.
I didn't know that either. So when he looked really tired because he had a long weekend at Toy Fair, and like he
Of
was
course.
wheeling his luggage out to go catch a flight, probably to go wrestle.
Hmm.
And I I said to him, I was like, I just simply said, Dustin, I was like, I just want to say I've been a fan of your work for a really long time. Thank you. And
Yeah,
he's like, oh, thank you, man. And he like shook my hand and it's like, have a great day. He's like, you too. Couldn't have been any humbler.
that's awesome.
Yeah. Um,
That's
that was
what you would expect to hear from a dude that has been in the career in this industry
yeah.
for 40 years pretty much, because he's been in there since the fucking 80s, since
Just
be,
before the
be,
Goldust character.
yeah,
I mean, Goldust
yeah,
was only
the
mid
90s,
nineties,
late
mid nineties.
90s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
late nineties.
long time ago, since before, I think before I was born, but yeah.
Yeah.
um but yeah, dude, yeah, that was a really really fucked up documentary. Then I also took earlier, I watched the um Kristen Cage, not Kristen Cage, what
Chris
the fuck,
Canyon.
Chris Canyon documentary on
See, I
behind.
didn't. I didn't watch it yet.
Yeah, it's I'm not gonna go too into it, but it's a fucked up story.
Yeah. Because
Again,
Canyon was a hell of a hell of
he was a
a
hell
hell
of a
of a
worker,
star.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's sad that he had so many demons with him.
Hmm.
He had so many fucking demons. He had a lot of and uh, his story it's crazy because for a long time he was in the closet. He didn't. Nobody knew
Right.
that he was a gay wrestler,
Right.
and
Because that wasn't a thing back then.
especially back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was something that people they would make fun of in the ring because it wasn't as open as it is now. Like everybody's like, oh
Exactly.
yeah, they're gay. That's cool. It's not
Right.
something that they did back then.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. So the
But
fuck.
yeah,
Yeah,
I gotta watch that episode.
yeah. It's good. It's a good episode. Yeah. And I guess that pretty much wraps up for the random shit that we've been doing. But now let's get into the nooks and crannies of the episode. Um, and that's the fact that Brian is all elite.
All elite.
Yeah, yeah. You're all in. You got fed into the Kool Aid, and now you're part of
And now,
the cult.
yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Um.
Welcome,
So,
welcome, sir. Welcome.
thank you, thank you. So, my first introduction to AEW was at Comic Con in 2019, where I'm sitting with a bunch of friends, and Alex was one of them. Um,
Hmm.
and little did we know, we were holding the reserve chair for MJF, who was in character as Painmaker, nervously asking questions to everybody at the panel, and then ripped off his gear and then went toe to toe with Jericho at the show. Like they fought at the show. The whole thing went shaking. It was fucking great. Um, and you can find that video on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Um, so
Formerly Yay Toys.
uh, so, um, so what happened is that we've all been into wrestling here, and Steve has
Hmm.
constantly been like, "When are you gonna watch AEW? When are you go-" I'm
Dude,
like, "I don't have
yeah.
cable."
And I would send you clips. I would send
Yeah,
you the random shit that pops up on the YouTubes.
yeah, and then
And
I
you'd be
would
like,
watch,
okay, whatever.
and then like, uh, got YouTube TV finally,
Uh-huh.
and then from there, just started watching, and
Yeah.
then excuse me, and then there was that pivotal moment while we were recording, uh, in the beginning of September,
Hmm.
where um my Twitter feed and my texting was going off, like my phone was going off like crazy, with many different pictures of CM Punk making his
Yep.
debut at AEW on Rampage.
Yep.
Um, and the crowd was so. The, I mean, granted, yes, it was his hometown. The
Yeah.
crowd was so loud that night that you couldn't hear his music.
Hmm.
And a couple of weeks later, I did a side by side comparison of when Edge, so called, shocked the world, as per
Yeah.
Michael Cole,
Yeah.
and made his like return out of nowhere at the Rumble.
Hmm.
And that was loud. And I remember my friends over at like my kids weren't born yet, and like Megan was watching with us for a bit, and like we were like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Um, and the crowd on when I was watching the clip of him returning was loud, but
Yeah.
then I watched the clip of Punk showing up, and I'm like, this is louder.
Yeah.
Um,
So much more
and
excitement
so
about it.
so much more excitement. And then shortly after that, my friend Danny texted me like, "Hey, are we going AEW at Arthur Ashe?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" Like I totally forgot that they were coming this way.
Oh, I
And I
never
still,
forget.
yeah, I still remember when at the panel in 2019 where Cody was like, "Do you want us to come to New York?" And everyone was like, "Yes," because AEW was but
Absolutely.
they originated like only a couple of months before,
Yeah.
right? They only like debuted in like the summer of 2019 or something like
Hmm.
that, spring.
Yeah. Yep.
Um,
Spring. Yep.
yeah, so like they were brand fucking new.
Hmm.
Um, and so here we are, 2021, and they're going to show up to Arthur Ashe Stadium, which I've never been to before. That was actually a
Yeah.
really nice arena.
Dude, honestly, I
Um,
always thought I always thought that it was an outdoor arena.
so did I. Well, what happened is that there's, from what one of my friends was saying, because we ended up all like one friend had like spare tickets, and like so we
Nice.
ended up sitting in a different row because of their ticket, um, which is cool because there was a friend I haven't seen in 2 years because of the
Right.
pandemic.
Of course.
Um, so the way the way like the big TV was over the
Hmm.
you
Over the
know
ring.
over the ring,
Yeah.
the way those cables are set up, I think that's why the roof didn't open because I'm pretty sure the roof opens.
Okay. Okay.
And then there's also shutters around the whole arena,
Ah.
like all the way at the top.
Right.
So like there's shutters all the way around there, and they were closed. I guess
Okay.
for the sole purpose of like to get all the lighting proper and everything
Right.
like
Of
that.
course.
Yeah, I mean these
So that
guys
way
are
it doesn't look dark.
yeah, yeah. So like these stagehands are professionals. They know what they're doing.
Of course.
Um, so we we get we get to the arena, and the line is fucking nuts.
Absolutely.
Fucking nuts. And but surprisingly move fast. Um, just like if for those that don't know where Arthur Ashe Stadium is in the city, or it's in Queens.
It's in Queens. It's all the way at the end of Queens.
Yeah, it's if you're taking the train to City Field, instead of walking towards City Field, walk in the opposite direction. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, the train station tells you Arthur Ashe Stadium like that way.
Yeah.
So just follow that, and of course, with a crowd like this, just follow
Yeah.
the
Follow all the black shirts.
yeah, follow follow the Sea of CM Punk shirts.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Follow the all the Adam Cole chants.
Uh-huh.
Um, so
Follow all the people that have the signs.
yeah, that too. And a lot of people wearing fucking WWE merch to this
Yeah.
show. Like bringing the title belt. I'm like, really?
Yeah. Because you got to think about it too. Like these people, that yes, they are fans of wrestling and they want to see something different, which is
Yeah.
something that I've always told you. Like, yo, this is something totally different than what
It's 100%
we've seen
different.
before.
There's so much more raw energy.
Yeah.
You know,
No pun
it,
intended.
no pun intended. That wasn't a that wasn't a shot at WWE. The majority of like their the promos from CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
So like uh get through all that, and then we get through the big holdup was like everybody had to have their vaccination card.
Yeah.
You know, or the app or the picture or whatever. But
Right.
everybody got through. Okay, we're in. Then we walked through more, and then they were also doing like a silent auction. They raised about $3,000 for
Nice.
the Tunnel for Towers charity.
Nice.
Yeah. And so they from there move on, get to security, to go through the metal detectors and whatnot, and then that actually went pretty fast too, and got into the building, and they're like, okay, what do you want to do first, food or merch? I'm like, merch.
Yeah.
My friend's like, yes. So we set up this merch line, and of course, you make friends, because that's the thing about being a wrestling fan. It's
Yeah.
like you just connect with all these other people. You're only going to talk to them for the time that you're in line,
Absolutely.
but you get to talk what you want to talk about
Yeah.
what's going on, and who do you think's going to win, and
Mm-hmm.
and then of course one of the biggest things we were talking about on the line was what we spoke about earlier, the plane ride from hell.
Yeah. Because it was literally like a few days before that we saw that. Well,
Yeah,
last week, pretty much.
last Thursday. So what happened is that get through, and then that's when I'm like, all right, what am I gonna get? They had the Brody Lee mask. They had a bunch of different shirts. There was the American Dragon,
Oh, nice.
Brian Danielson shirt. I gotta get used to saying his real name. Uh,
Right. Yeah.
then they had one of the Jericho shirts. They had just a couple of AEW style, like just logo brands and the hats and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, okay, I definitely want to get a hoodie because we're in fall.
Of
Like,
course, it's only
that
right.
season.
Yeah.
Um,
It's sweater weather season.
exactly. And I thought it was gonna be a thinner hoodie, like how my CM Punk hoodie from Shop was back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, no, this is actually like a legit, nice,
It's
perfect in between weather sweatshirt.
Yep.
And then, like, what I didn't know, because you know how like they have it at any arena for any show, they show you one facing forward and one facing backwards, so you see
Yep.
what it looks like.
Yep.
And so like at first I just saw the AEW logo on the chest, and I'm like, oh great, but I'm like, oh shit, I was like, it has the Statue of Liberty.
But wait,
embedded in the
there's
A.
more. Yeah.
I'm like, I want that, and then
Yeah.
I'm just like going back and forth. Like, do I want to get the All Elite, Bebe shirt? And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I just order it online. And then I get to go to the person when it was my turn. I'm like, all right, I'll do the sweatshirt. I was like, and I'll do the Adam Cole shirt. Yep.
Fuck it. Why not?
And so like,
YOLO, son.
right?
Yeah.
And so like, I then walk with my friend, and then like hit the restroom line. Shockingly, this is the first event I've gone to where both times to use the bathroom, like it was not a long wait. It was literally just.
Oh, that's good. That's awesome.
Yeah. But we go upstairs. we find our seats. Well, we got food, then we found our seats, and then the food line went okay. Um, and then they started shooting AEW Dark, and so we got for that, and then like a couple of minutes in is when my other friend texted us like, "Yo, my like one of my people bailed. Like, you want to come sit with me? Well, like, where are you?" And like I'm like a couple of sections over, and I'm like, all right. And so like I was originally 314. Uh,
Which you saw the picture from 314, and those weren't bad seats because
those weren't bad seats.
you're literally like slightly to the left of the stage, the entrance.
Right. Like if I was facing it, I was yeah, like the big like circle thing they come out of
Hmm.
was shifted over about this much.
Yeah.
So like I would have seen where they came out from to go into that.
Hmm. You would
Um
have seen them climb up the stairs
yeah,
out.
I mean
Yeah.
I I did see that from the other spot too, but not I got to see more of the light up ramp and I was higher up. I was
The
a couple of rows
LED
higher.
ramp.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah.
I love the LED ramp. And then yeah, we sat there. Next thing you know, it was time for Dynamite. And fucking the Brian Danielson Omega match was
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah. Absolutely. The fact that
Fucking
they
insane.
started out Dynamite with that,
Yeah,
with a 5-star match.
a 5-star pay-per-view worthy match.
Yeah. In the
Um,
very beginning of a TV show.
yeah. Um, and
Fucking
then
insanely awesome.
uh, and then after that match was over, um, after the
Punk
match
came
was
out.
over, Punk came out. Yeah, and like Chicago was loud, but I mean, granted, this was a smaller arena. The
Right.
noise level was there.
Yeah.
Um, and he cut his promo. And what was great is that fucking Stephen Amell was there.
Yep.
And like, like he hugged him and like gave him like a smile because Punk's only been in. Punk could be a dick if you catch him, just like anybody. Like if you catch him at like the worst time in
Hmm.
their life. And
Yeah.
um, his ending time in WWE, he was miserable. So naturally, it was just gonna
Yeah.
be. But like seeing the way he's like super happy coming out and
Yep.
talking from the heart every promo,
Hmm.
like one guy. So like on the exit, right? We were walking and then like these dudes happen to have like the chairs, like you buy your seat basically.
Right.
Um, we were joking around with that and this one dude was like, tonight was like the closure I needed. I'm like, what? I need to know more of this. And so he met Punk at a con a couple of years ago, and he was kind of dickish to him.
Okay.
But then Wednesday, he came out and gave the dude a hug.
Wow.
I
Okay.
don't I don't know if like he recognized him or he just happened to be like a random fan that he hugged, but like
Right.
that was just dope. I was like, oh, so yeah, he really did get his closure.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome, dude.
Um, yeah. Punk's speech was great.
Yeah.
Then we had
That's also something to harp on one of the things that you were saying about him being a dick and being an asshole about the fact that where he was before. He said it in the thing too. It's like, yo, like people want me to be angry, people want me to be mad, but like, dude,
right.
I can't be mad if I'm happy as where I am right now. Like, there's no reason I should be upset or mad or walking around all angry and shit when I'm happy where I am.
Yeah. Like
Like just seeing the fans and listening to the fans, he's like, yo, like I'm good, dude. This shit makes me happy.
they've given him so far no reason to be unhappy.
Yeah.
He gets to do his job at his pace. He gets to contribute to his own character.
Yep.
Because there's no scripts.
Yeah.
It's literally like, where do you think you want your character to go?
Yep.
Okay, you got it. Run with it. We'll see if it works.
How do you want this match to go? How do you want
Right.
things to go? Yeah.
Um. So yeah, that speech was fucking amazing.
Hmm.
Uh, then we had MJF versus Flying Brian Jr.
Yeah. That was a fun match.
It was a fun match. It was very quick,
Yeah.
as we expected.
Yeah.
Um, but um, I don't know if you saw the tweet. Um, Justin Roberts pointed this out in between matches that a couple
Oh,
in the
about his
crowd had a
parents.
sign. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
MJF's parents saying we're his
Yeah.
parents and we think MJF sucks too.
Yeah. Yeah. That was great.
That was great. Oh, that
That
was
was
so great.
fantastic. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Um, then we had a backstage segment with Alex Marvez
Hmm.
interviewing Jericho and Hager about Friday.
Yep.
Um, and then we had one of the best entrances of the night, and that was Malachi fucking Black.
Yeah, dude. Malachi Black
That
is
entrance,
he's
the
one of the
red
ones that
glow.
was he was the one that was completely underutilized in fucking WWE.
Oh yeah,
Like
and I
he
love
had so much potential then.
that he wears the fucking contact as a fuck
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Um, and then that was against Cody, who was dressed like fucking Homelander.
Yeah, dude. Because dude, honestly, like Cody's the biggest fucking nerd.
Yeah.
He fits in this show perfectly.
So yeah, like, my friend John was saying that he looked like All Might from fucking My Hero.
I was thinking that too. Yeah.
But because I mean it makes sense. He's a big fucking nerd, right?
Yeah.
So like, we know Cody's into anime. That's
Yeah.
perfect. We
Mhm.
know he's into comics. So there's
Yep.
your Homelander.
Hmm.
So
If you look at a lot of his stuff previously as well,
oh yeah,
he's
yeah.
done a bunch of shit. Like he did a bunch of like a fucking Star Trek. He did Star Trek once with
Yeah.
all of them.
Mm-hmm.
When DDP came out one day with them,
Yeah.
he got them all looking like fucking Star Trek fucking characters and shit, which is fucking cool.
Why not fucking be yourself, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Because you can be yourself in this company. It's
yep,
like before I continue with Dynamite, it's like the thing I was telling you about with Adam Cole, is like
yep,
he was all set to be moved up to either Raw or SmackDown, but they were like, oh, we'll probably have to
hmm,
change your look and your name. And he's been Adam Cole for like 14
yeah,
years.
yep.
So like
And
he's
at
established
this point,
himself as this.
he would go from being like a regular, like a wrestler technically, to go over to the main roster where they're
Be a
gonna
fucking
pretty much
manager,
be a manager to somebody that doesn't need a fucking manager.
right? I mean, like, hopefully, Keith Lee's smart and fucking leaves. Um,
Yeah,
so, back to Dynamite. So, yeah, so Cody and Malachi, they put on a hell of a fucking show.
yeah,
But the, the thing, so I have like the play-by-play on the AEW website right now. But like
hmm,
the thing that the website's not telling you, that you had to have watched it, is that Cody, who was the face, was getting booed the fuck out of the building. The amount of "fuck you, Cody" that was going
Damn,
on.
really?
Oh my, yeah, oh my god. Did you see when Brandy flipped off Malachi in the ring?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, apparently "fuck you" was like audible.
Yeah,
So it's like,
you like on the TV,
mm-hmm.
you saw her mouth it, so you can, yeah,
Yeah, but there was the amount every time Cody would like smack or do a move to Malachi, he was getting booed. But whenever Tommy End was doing his thing, he was getting cheered.
yeah,
The fucking heel was getting cheered in New York City. It was
yeah. Well, one thing that I kind of noticed, it was something that I like have been thinking about for a while, is the fact that Cody will be turning heel soon.
probably
Not
Please do.
probably. Not probably. Just like the Young Bucks that turned heel. Everybody that pretty much started the company has pretty much switched roles.
Um, so that match was dope.
Yeah.
Then you had then you had FTR come out,
Yes.
and I love that they're fuck the rest,
Yeah.
right? They're not the revival; they're the fuck the rest.
Yeah.
Um, and they came out with Tully Blanchard, and they went after Darby Allin and Sting.
Mm-hmm.
And here, I mean, I love that fucking that Sting theme because it's just fucking.
Yep.
I feel like
Yep.
that
It gives you
theme
goosebumps every time you hear it.
he should have had that theme in like the late '90s when he was the Crow.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I couldn't really see it because of how high up I was, but the snow was falling.
Yeah.
I went back and watched a replay.
Uh-huh. Also,
But
also,
yeah,
did you notice FTR's trunks?
I did, but I'm blanking.
Their trunks were literally the NWO uh, letters in square.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were. Thinking on it now. Yes, they were.
Yep.
That was a
And the
nice
jackets
move.
that they had the NWO thing on it as well, but of course with the FTR.
Yeah,
That was pretty dope.
yeah. So yeah, that match was great. Darby Allin, man, watching him live,
Yeah.
dude had
Yep.
so many
He's good,
so many
dude.
so. And when Sting was wrestling, the amount of "You Still Got It" chant that was going on, because
Dude,
man,
he still
the man
fucking
still,
works like dude is in his 60s, dude.
yeah,
And he's pulling off moves that some 20-year-olds can't do.
yeah.
It's fucking great.
And then the final match of the night was Britt Baker versus
Yep.
Ruby Soho
But wait, you
and
gotta say it right. Britt Baker, DMD.
DMD.
Yeah.
And the whole crowd, when she said it, the whole crowd
Yeah.
went DMD.
Yeah.
Um, so, um, yeah, so like they went back and forth, and then they gave it. They didn't give it to Ruby yet. It's not her time,
Of course not. It's
but
it's definitely not her time yet.
but
Like it would have
she's
been
due.
cool if they gave it to her. Like we've spoken about this before. Like it would have been
Yeah,
awesome if they gave it to her. But the fact that she literally just came in and got her title shot,
yeah,
it's like, okay, yeah, she can't have that yet because of course, for AEW they have the rankings. You have to go by the rankings. You can't just automatically get a title shot and then you're good to go. Not like any other place that's out there. Like, oh yeah, you get a title shot whenever the fuck you want.
right.
Here you have to go by the books. Kind of why the first match with Kenny Omega and Daniel Bryan Danielson, it's like, yo, like I get it. We have to go by the rules.
Right.
So I
That that
want this
that
match, and it's not
that
a title match.
right. That was a non-title and ended in a draw, on purpose because it's like who do you give it to?
Yeah,
But they work so fucking well together.
yeah.
Like
Like what because I listen to like now that I'm fucking into wrestling, I listen to like a bunch of different podcasts and shit. One of the ones that I listened to earlier was not earlier, but a couple days ago was Busted Open, and
yeah,
um, Bubba Ray or Bully Ray, I think he goes by now. He was like, yo, like I'm not a fan of Iron Man matches, like 60-minute Iron Man matches,
right.
especially when there are people that can't sell a match.
It's true.
But he was like, yo, like I want to see an Iron Man match between these two dudes because they can pull out a fucking show. It would be absolutely fantastic to see an Iron Man match between Daniel Bryan and
Oh yeah,
fucking great.
yeah, fucking definitely great.
I would love to
Um,
see that.
and then I didn't. So I paid like $40 for these tickets, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was like 43 after like the discount or whatever
Yeah.
on Ticketmaster. But like I paid $40 to see a pay-per-view. It was
Yeah.
5 hours of wrestling.
Yeah.
Like I was like, okay, I was like, Dynamite's done. I was like, we're probably just gonna have like some extra dark matches.
Mm-hmm.
And then Justin Roberts. No, I'm sorry. It was before Dynamite started when Tony Khan came out and said, "Thank you all for being here. This means so much to us." Yada yada yada. And he's like, "After we do Dynamite, we're gonna go right into Rampage." I was like, "Holy shit! Holy
Yeah.
shit!"
Yeah.
Um, and then I don't want Rampage is going on now. I don't want to really
Right.
spoil it for
It's airing quote unquote live at the moment.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's live if you're watching us on YouTube right now.
Right.
But I mean, we could do a quick overview of what happens next week.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool with me. We can do that next week. That's fine.
Yeah, because
But
that had a lot of excellent moments.
nice, especially since Rampage is usually a 1 hour show.
Our show, and this
But
was
for
grand
this
slam,
week,
so it was two.
yes, they did something different and they made it a whole 2 hours.
Yeah. And
So technically, by the time we get done with this, I'll still have another hour of fucking wrestling to watch on there. Yes.
like all I'm gonna say about Dynamo, all I'm gonna say about Rampage is like the Young Bucks steal the show every fucking time.
Oh
And
yeah.
getting to see them live was just epic.
Oh yeah, of course.
And that whole match was a bunch of everything you want out of that and more, and that's where I'm gonna end that.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Okay,
Um,
that's fair.
yeah.
That's fair.
And
Yeah, dude, I'm excited. I'm excited.
it's-
I'm excited for AEW. I'm excited for all the wrestling's coming soon. Excited for the potentials of the rumors that are out there for AEW. Like, there's a lot of rumors out there.
the rumors. So there's rumors that next week in Rochester,
Which is a
Bray
home of
Wyatt's hometown,
and
but
Brody Lee's hometown as well.
that's right.
Yeah. Because they were supposed to be in Rochester when he was supposed to make his debut.
Yes, and it would make sense for when he does come to be the new leader of the Dark Order.
Yeah, especially since at this moment, for those that don't watch it or those that haven't watched it, the Dark Order is pretty much like kind of in shambles, pretty much. Like
Yeah.
they're having, like they're fighting each other, literally. Like they have matches like literally every single week, especially on like Dark and shit like that. Like they'll have tag team matches, like one part of Dark Order against the other part of Dark Order. You have singles matches with Evil Uno against number 5.
Yeah.
They're great matches. They're really good matches. But to see what's going to be coming and possibly having him kind of becoming the new, if they do that, like a new leader of the Dark Order, would be awesome. If he's even coming over there. Because technically, they haven't said yes. It's absolutely true that he's coming.
There's also rumors that he can go to Impact.
Right.
There's also his contracts, his 90 days not up until about Halloween.
Right.
Or nearing Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Which is literally like in another month or so.
Yeah. So
it's exciting stuff, man. It's an exciting time to be a fan of wrestling.
Professional wrestling, as CM Punk puts it.
Yes. Yeah.
Because that's the thing about it, and that was the thing about Punk's speech on Wednesday for Dynamite, was that when he's like, it's been a long time since I've been in New York, and then it's also been a long time since professional wrestling has been in New York.
Yeah.
Because WWE just had their show at fucking Madison Square Garden 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And from what I hear, it was a lackluster show too. Like it wasn't the best show.
It's just not. I don't really have
like
the
I get it. I understand if the WWE marks like it.
Yeah.
I get it. I get
it.
they're like, oh yeah, this is something that we've grown to love and we've loved every single minute of it. I get it, but at this point in my life, being a I guess I can say it like this, like being a born again wrestling fan,
Mhm.
um, I've seen the light, and it's nothing compared to
No,
what AEW is.
I mean, like, I'll of course still be a fan of certain wrestlers like Edge and the New Day, but
Right. Like it's
I'm
awesome that
also
Big E got the title now. Like it's great.
right, and I hope they fucking keep it on him and they'll have him drop it in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh yeah, let's bring in the big guy that nobody fucking likes, aka Goldberg, but let's put him with a title
Yeah.
or a title shot. Or the man literally knocks himself unconscious. He sucks.
Yeah. He
Um,
sucked then he sucks now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but
It's exciting, man. And it's a good time to be a fan of wrestling.
it's a good thing. Yeah, like I have so much more energy watching this. So much more like thrive
So
to
much
actually want to watch it.
appreciation.
Yeah, like at at one moment during Dynamite, I really had to use the bathroom, but I'm like,
Mhm.
I'm holding on because I'm staying to the fucking end before, like, and I hate to say it, but usually with WWE matches, whenever the female wrestlers would come on,
Hmm.
is when I would get up and have to like
Yeah, you get up and walk away.
go to the bathroom, get
Yeah.
food, whatever.
Yeah.
Because those matches, as good as they are, they're lackluster.
Yeah. But
Because
not
that's
not
what
not
they're
only as good as they are, because if yeah, they're not great matches. They're not bad matches,
but they're
but
not
they
great.
are at this point
The
technically
talent
like they're
the
filler
talent is
matches.
there. The
Yeah.
talent is there, but they're being told to do it this way and not the way it should be done, and therefore it
Yeah.
makes the match shitty.
Yeah. Because
And
even the dark matches for the women are great fucking matches.
yeah,
Like the matches that you see on AEW Dark, which is on YouTube's, or Dark Elevation, are
yeah,
really good matches. They're not just squash matches that you see fucking all the time on fucking WWE.
and that's why and that's why just I'm a pro wrestling fan now. Like
Yeah,
I grew up. I'm not into the PG era.
yeah,
You know, I get it. It's there for the kids, but
but
when you
it's not what it's all
it's
about.
not. Yeah, it's just watching AEW. And of course, give it time. All your fan favorites from other companies will eventually show up there.
Yeah,
I mean, nobody expected the Big Show, Mark Henry.
yeah,
Uh, Nobody expected them to recently bring the late great Owen Hart.
yeah, yeah. Owen Hart, of all people.
Of
Like,
all
yes,
people.
of course, it's not. Yeah, of course, he fucking died years ago.
Right, he's
But
dead 20 years.
they they started a whole foundation for him. Not
Yeah,
necessarily for him, but for his family and a bunch of other shit that they were there they have planned and shit. But the fact that they're bringing light to these people that other people don't really know much about, and
right.
of course they're also digging into the indies, getting a bunch of people from the indies. There's a lot of people from the indies that are great fucking wrestlers that we don't know about because we're basically a lot of people are just, oh yeah, look at all this that's gonna be on the big screen, on the big TV shows that are gonna be all over the place that have like 18 different pay-per-views a year. We that a lot of people don't really because
You
they
don't
can't pay for it.
no. Watching Grand Slam both Dynamite and Rampage is proof that you don't need 18 fucking pay-per-views a year.
Dude, the fact that the four pay-per-views that they put out a year are better than one of theirs is proof.
Yeah. Like it's just
Yeah.
as you're As your shirt says, no more BS.
Yeah. Granted, it's the Paul White shirt, but it's great.
But like, look at guys like MJF. MJF was like a security guard during one of the segments at WWE
He was an
back.
extra.
Yeah,
He
that
was
they were
literally
worried
a extra.
that if he stayed there, they were gonna just chew him up and spit him out.
Yeah.
But look who he is. Look at MJF. He's the
Mm-hmm.
fucking best heel in the industry right now.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The man doesn't break character for
Him.
anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. He doesn't break character, which is crazy. He doesn't even break character for his parents.
No,
Like,
his own parents
dude,
think they
he
suck.
he 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 tweeted at them or whatever. He was like, yeah, he was like something like about fuck you guys or something like that, or fuck off is what they said.
Well,
Yeah.
didn't he? What was it during like the Brody Lee tribute?
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause minus one like slapped him or whatever, and he's like, "Fuck
Yeah.
that kid."
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Or even when he's doing the signings or whatever, he fucking flicked the kid off back in the like a few years ago or like last year I think it was.
yeah, it's
Like he
no,
literally flicked the kid off during the signing.
yeah. Um,
He's a great fucking heel.
great fucking heel.
And dude, the fact that like they let everybody do their own promos, it's fucking
Yes.
great. It's
I
fucking great.
mean,
They have so much potential for AEW in AEW.
like,
It's fucking great.
I'm not gonna say what the promo was, but after, because I doubt they'll show it after tonight's Rampage goes off the air. But after Rampage goes off the air, just go on YouTube and search Eddie Kingston promo Rampage, and
Okay. I will.
he literally just spoke from his heart, off script,
Mm-hmm.
and made the fucking arena just feel for the man, and it was just like it was equal to the one that you sent me on YouTube where he's cutting the promo from his apartment.
Mm-hmm. From his
Yeah,
old apartment.
his
Yeah.
apartment. Yeah,
Yeah. That was a hell of a promo too. Like, dude,
yeah,
Eddie Kingston, the fact that like he could have been in WWE
Mm-hmm.
because he did try for them. Like I told
Yeah.
you like a couple days ago. Like he tried out, but he didn't cut it.
Right.
And he's over here. He got over here because he wanted to. He wound up fighting Cody for the TV title
Right.
a year ago, pretty much. And everybody saw how good of a wrestler he is. And the fact that he's been in the industry, what, 20 years almost?
20 years.
And he hasn't gotten any real shine.
No, not until now.
It's like, not until now. The fact that he's a babyface that you wouldn't expect to be a babyface, especially on the
Right.
other side.
Yeah.
He's a fan favorite.
I mean, like just just watch his matches. You'll see why.
Yeah. He's another one. And what I love about AEW is that they all love professional wrestling. They all love what they're doing.
Right.
And it's great.
Yeah, it really
It's
is.
fucking great. I'm glad you've jumped over to the other side. I'm glad you are all elite, sir. Welcome to the club. Yeah, so
Oh man,
it's good shit, dude.
Great fucking show. Like
Yeah,
I said, we'll touch base when the show's not a spoiler.
yeah. In another couple of hours.
Yeah.
But I think I'll wait until tomorrow until I can watch the first hour as well. So yeah.
It was just great.
No, I know. And like honestly, like I have not been disappointed from AEW yet.
In all the stuff that I've watched, I have not either.
Yeah. Like it's all really good shit. It's As Bobby Boucher would say, like it's high quality H2O. Keeps 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 my body hydrated, keep my brain good.
But
I love it. I love me some A dubs.
me too.
Yeah, and I guess that pretty much wraps it up for this week. So we didn't really get into other geek shit, but it's mostly because we got into some wrestling shit. Because wrestling is it falls into the geek category.
It
It's
does.
what we
It
do.
does.
It's what we enjoy. Um, we geek out about God, blah, 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 blah. We geek out about a lot of shit. At one point, we had a whole wrestling podcast over here. We had the AEW. Jesus Christ,
The
it's
ICGPW Slamcast.
yeah. There you go. Yeah, my brain is it's like mush right now. Um, yeah, I think it's easy as Bud Light seltzer lemonades that are fucking with me right now. Um, but but yeah, we love wrestling here. I like I said, I'm a born again fan, and I'm excited to see what's gonna be coming out of this whole. Now that they have real competition, it's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna come out of it, and I would not be surprised if some shit goes crazy. It's a crazy time. It's a crazy time to be a fan, and I'm excited
Absolutely.
for it. I'm excited for it. So so yeah, like we'll be back next week with another regular show. But until then, uh, go check out all the stuffs on at InnerCityGeeks.com. Of course, we have this show. We have Brights with Jay Presents, formerly EA Toys. Um, so much shit there is pumping. ICD, Jesus Christ, I can't talk right now.
The
Um,
ICGPW Slamcast.
yeah, that one. Uh, the NCD's webcomic, First Watch, Turntable, um, Good Games, so much shit. Go check out all that shit.
Go check out all the
InnerCityGeeks.net.
shit.
Yeah, go check out all that shit. Also, the links to places. You can find the link to Amazon where you get some free Amazon Primes, so you can see where Cody got uh, the idea for his ring wear for Dynamite this week,
Mm-hmm.
which is Homelander on the boys. You can see that, or you can get some regular shit on Amazon Prime. You just click that link and we get credit for it. It doesn't cost you anything. It just gives us a little bit of some change our way. Yeah, so go check that out. Then we also have So Sick Clothing Company, where you can pretty cool geeky type shirts and shit. So Sick Clothing Company, SOESIC clothing.co. And you can type in Inner City Geeks for 15% off of your entire purchase. Go do that. Then there's Beard Octane to get some beardly goodness. So beard oils, beard balms, beard butters. Then they have a bunch of fucking like tools for your beard, so brushes and combs to make your stuff look nice and sweet and purified. Um, and type in ICG10 for 10% off of your entire purchase. They also have a sale going on right now until the 20th. Oh no, actually today's the last day of the sale. Never mind. Yeah, but they had like a 10% sale earlier. I noticed earlier today. But yeah, ICG10 for 10% off. Go check them out. Not a lot of cool shit there. Then there's cbdMD, got some CBD shits, which is pretty awesome. Tinctures, oils, all that shit. It's good for you. It's gonna help you chill the fuck out because sometimes you need that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so cbdMD, go check that out. Then there's what else is there?
Sideshow
Sideshow
collectibles.
collectibles. Yes. Get some toys there, dude. So many cool shits on there. There's a lot of cool shit on there. So if you haven't checked out Sideshow collectibles, go check them out. Um, yeah, it's fucking dope. Then you can find the show on SoundCloud, on Stitcher Radio, on Google Podcasts, but most importantly, the bestest place of all, motherfucking Spotify. Like, I listen to all my fucking podcasts on Spotify, and the fact that we're on there makes me really fucking happy because I
Me
fucking
too.
love Spotify.
Yeah.
So check us out there. Then you can find us on the socials, and you can tell everybody on the socials as well. Um, then you can find us on the Facey Space on faceyspace.com/InnerCityGeeks, on the Instagram at InnerCityGeeks, on Twitter at InnerCityGeeks, and where can we find you, sir?
You could find me sitting in this really uncomfortable chair for the
you, you
continuing.
you haven't been slipping and sliding today, so it
Not
hasn't
too
been that
bad.
bad. Okay,
Not too
good,
bad.
good.
Uh, you could find me at bry2jpresents.com, YouTube Bry2J Presents. Please share, subscribe, and all that shit.
Yeah.
Bry2J on Instagram, Bry2J Presents on Instagram, and BRI_2J on Twitter.
Sweet. And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Mr. Jackal, MasterJackal. And that pretty much wraps it the fuck up. So I hope you guys enjoyed the Wrestle Talks, because this is something that we've kind of been wanting to do for a while.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
And
and
and now
it felt only right.
and now that we only talk about professional wrestling.
Yeah, yeah, it's only right. It's only
Only
right.
right.
You'll probably wind up hearing a lot more of this. Um, so yeah, uh, don't be a dick, but always remember the geeks shall inherit the earth.